Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. Visit squarespace.com/BrendanVanson for more details. Now get your coffee brewing and the edge of your seat prepared because this is Botswana Part 2. And today, things are gonna get a little bit intense. Buckle up. Good morning. I am here in the middle of the bush of Botswana in Chobe National Park. And on today's episode, we're crossing to Savuti. Then, we're gonna find some animals. This is gonna be a wildlife photography, primarily video, and I think that we're gonna see some stuff. What do you think, Greg? Let's go!
Where are we going? Savuti.
I couldn't remember for a second. Savuti.
Yeah, from Chobe Riverfront to Savuti. Chobe Riverfront to Savuti.
Following this. Bye for now. After night one sleeping in the wilds of Botswana, we press deeper into the thick of this untamed land. We're headed to an area called Savuti, known for its harsh climate and density of predators. But it seems we don't need to travel all the way to Savuti for predators. Just outside our camp, we spot a leopard prowling. And literally across the road, a massive lion. From Chobe to Savuti, the journey is tough, and the weather is intense. It's a harsh 38 degrees, and the sun hammers down on us like cookies in an oven. The guides say the roads here are intentionally bad. It's meant to keep the area wild, and to keep casual tourists from being able to roll in. In fact, calling these things roads is a bit of a stretch. They're trails at best. Here in the dry season, they're sandy but passable. In the rainy season, they can turn into a swamp and become nearly impossible to traverse. Our journey's tough for sure, but it's certainly not without reward. Within minutes of arriving to Savuti's main waterhole, we found elephants, storks, hornbills, bee-eaters, and a young family of lions. She emerges from the brush with a painting of red blood on her face, tainted from recently snacking on a fallen elephant. She's followed by 3 cubs. They have a unique pattern on their legs, almost like a giraffe print. It's hot, and even the lions are feeling it. The mother begs at the cubs to keep up, but they constantly stop for mini rests in little bits of shade. Eventually, she guides them to a water hole where she keeps careful watch as they find refreshment. After taking a careful drink herself, she guides them back towards their pride, which just so happens to be in the direction of our vehicle. There's nothing quite as exciting for a photographer as having 4 lions walk straight to you in your lens.
How's that?
That was le épiche, which is French for fucking epic.
Look at the difference in your lenses. It's hilarious.
This is Greg and this is Brett.
Ouch. Ouch. Is this home sweet home here?
Home sweet home. Home sweet home. Do you want me to show you the round?
Let's get a room tour.
So
Cribs.
let me give you a huge room tour, okay?
Cribs.
So guys, this is the empty space, and this is my bed. Okay, so as Greg showed you, that's my tent. We're in camp. That was crazy. We had a really long drive to get here on really bumpy ground. It was extremely sandy, just the wildest road ever. But it was all made worth it when we arrived, and there was 3 lion cubs and a mama, and at one point got so close to us that they were using our truck as shade. Absolutely phenomenal. But we're here at tent at our camp, I should say, just outside of Savuti, well, in Savuti, but outside the office. And yeah, this is home for the next 2 nights. We're wild again here, as you can tell potentially by the tracks walking through here and the droppings over there. There has definitely been a lion in here, right through my tent, pretty recently. Savuti almost isn't fair. For wildlife photographers, it's almost too easy. Literally 2 minutes from our camp, we find an entire pride of lions. Our guides tell us this is the northern Savuti pride. The lions from earlier in the day are now flopped down among the group. They bask in the late day sunlight and enjoy the day beginning to cool. Aside from getting slightly distracted by a herd of elephants wandering past, they're pretty content, chill, and just sit there posing for photos in the bright orange sunset light. Oh, I slept like a baby last night. Whoa, man, Savuti is next level, and Botswana so far has been absolutely next level. I've been to Botswana many times before, and somehow I forgot how epic it can be here. We have just had this incredible time here, and yeah, so yesterday we arrived, set up camp, saw lions, including cubs, set up camp, went back out and saw a whole pride, including 2 males. And apparently what's going on right now is the Savuti lion pride, well, there's multiple, but the one in the north here is massive and extremely strong. There's 4 males, 4 brothers, so a 4-lion alliance. And they have about 30 lions in total, and they've been taking down... Man, what are you making the sounds for? Sheesh. Yeah, so there's been this huge pride of about 30 has been taking down elephants, giraffe, and they've just been like this force. There's also some lions to the south, and they've been kind of competing with them lately. And last night, as we were sitting by the camp, we could tell the male lions were close, probably within 500 meters, as they were grunting and making territorial calls, and it was just really intimidating and powerful and awesome. Yeah, just beautiful. Anyways, this morning, I don't know if we're going to go out looking for them, but we're going to go out looking for stuff, so let's see what we see. We head back to the North Savuti Pride to see what they're up to. The entire night, the males were intensely calling. It seems there's some politics happening. Of the 4 males in the pride, the leader, a lion known as Shorttail, is reportedly sick and hasn't been seen for a couple days. The other 3 brothers seem to be negotiating for leadership. We noticed one of the males stubbornly following a female, attempting to block her return to the pride, apparently with the goal of mating with her. But she's not having any of it. She just keeps walking and occasionally scowls back at the male. Their interaction is interesting, and we'll come back to these 2 later tonight. Okay, so we're out this morning. It's been a fruitful morning. There's 4 males. We've seen 3 of them, maybe 4 of them, and about 8 females. And just now, we've come to a spot because there's an elephant kill. There was an elephant that was really struggling by the waterhole yesterday. We think this is the elephant here, but there's 1 male there. There's about 3 or 4 females feeding on the elephant. It's not super pleasant to watch, but this is the circle of life. And yeah, so we're quite a bit farther away from everybody else because I want a bit of a story. And I think if you get too close to this, you don't tell that story. I want to show the elephant with the lions. I mean, the dream would be one on top from a storytelling perspective, but you can't create the story, you just got to follow it. Following a foul stench in the air, we roll over to a spot where a young elephant has died, likely the result of the drought. Nature is harsh. The circle of life isn't always a pleasant thing to witness. It's certainly not a Disney movie here. They never showed Simba gnawing at a baby elephant's femur in The Lion King. This drought is brutal, and it's forced me to look at elephants in a different way completely. I've always seen them as majestic and ever strong, but here in Savuti they're obviously vulnerable. They're desperate for water. They're often seen sprinting towards the water holes. When they're there, they often seem to lack the energy to even drink. Though they tower above the antelope, warthog, and storks, they have a sadness to them here. It's hard not to feel their struggle. It's hard not to feel our struggle too as we find ourselves stuck in a pond of sand.
You guys stuck?
Yeah, we're a little bit stuck, Greg.
Go, go, go!
We'll get stuck.
Yay! Good job, guys. Yeah, team.
Let's go!
College.
Woo, the Savuti region's pretty hardcore this year. I don't know if it was last episode or this episode I mentioned. There's been a drought in Botswana, Zimbabwe, Zambia, this whole region this past couple years, and it's made things pretty hardcore. There's been a lot of elephants that have been dead that we've found around the way. And it's just been dry, and hot. It's like 38 degrees today. We've been trying to hide away from the heat a little bit. And now we're out again looking for predators and cool things. The one thing about the drought is it's meant that there is more predators out and about, and there's more game close to the water holes. So it's been hardcore, as I've mentioned, and pretty awesome for us. For here, they definitely need water this winter. For us, this has been awesome. So we're here at some rock art that I didn't climb up to, but we're now heading out to, again, look for more animals. The afternoon game drive is slow. It seems the heat has pushed most of the wildlife deep into the most shaded areas. We bump around the sandy roads, if for no other reason than to give us a constant breeze to stave off the 40-degree weather of this heat wave. It's a quiet game drive. Until it's not. More on this in a minute.
Hello.
Welcome home! Okay, back at camp. This afternoon was kind of crazy because it was not crazy. It was really quiet, like extremely quiet on the game drives. And sometimes it goes like that. And I was just thinking as we were driving back to camp, man, it's been a slow afternoon, but you know, sometimes it goes like that. And right when I thought that, male lion was spotted walking through the brush following a female, and right away it was obvious that there was some aggression going on. And I always said to myself, if I ever saw like a hunt or a kill or a chase with wildlife, I wanted to try to do a slower exposure. So right away I switched my camera to get to a slow exposure, and I did like panning of the lions. Unfortunately, somehow I went down to like 1/13 of a second, which is just way too low. So I kind of failed. I haven't really looked at the images. Maybe one kind of works. I'll share that series with you now. But yeah, it was exciting and it was fun to try even if it didn't work. And I don't know if it worked or not. I just don't think it did. But one of the coolest things about doing wildlife photography for so long, and any type of photography really, is you get to experiment more. You start doing things that are pretty basic. You just want headshots or portraits or just animal images, and then over time you can start to be more and more creative because you've already gotten those images. And I love that about this. So I love that when we see something like that, I have the opportunity to be creative or try to be creative, and I feel pretty grateful for that. So even if I missed, which I think I did, it was fun. Another day, another kind of hardcore morning already. We are farther south in the marsh, and we've found 2 female lions feeding on what looks like a baby elephant. Hardcore, beautiful, yeah, crazy. Savuti, just crazy. The impact of the drought is obvious. The lions seem to have little to complain about. These elephants aren't being hunted by the lions, they're starving to death. The lions have so much to eat, they're literally falling asleep on their dinner. It's Thanksgiving dinner food coma. Just around the corner from the elephant feed, the rest of the southern Savuti pride plops down under a tree like a puddle of lions. They look extremely healthy, if not lazy. Young males and alpha, cubs, and females all stretch out in the shade, living the lion good life. These conditions are incredible for the predators and scavengers of the world. The jackals, marabou stork, vultures, eagles, and lions of the world are thriving. And if I'm being honest, with all these predators around, the photographers are thriving too. To end, here's a word from today's sponsor. Squarespace is a great place to build your photography website and business. It gives you all the tools you need to get rolling, including the new Design Intelligence, which combines 2 decades of design expertise with cutting-edge AI technology that'll help empower you to build the perfect site for you. Through your website on the Squarespace platform, you can also invoice clients, accept payments, and build an online store. There's even a scheduling platform which will save you time when booking and organizing client jobs. To get started, visit squarespace.com/BrendanVanson for more details and a 10% discount off your first purchase.